Imagine the exact moment when the soul begins its final journey, a transition so profound that it unveils truths often avoided in life. This is the moment of Sakarat al-Mawt. As the final breath approaches, the soul embarks on its inevitable departure, entering the profound state known as Sakarat al-Mawt. This pivotal moment is vividly encapsulated in Surah Kahf, chapter 50, verse 19. And the intoxication of death will bring the truth. That is what you were trying to avoid. The stark reality of death confronts every soul, unveiling the truth that was often neglected or avoided in the temporal world. In this critical juncture, the angel of death, Azrael, descends accompanied by his assistants, each angel meticulously assigned to their respective tasks. For the righteous, this celestial encounter is a serene passage. The soul is gently eased out of the body, akin to water flowing effortlessly from a jug, reflecting the tranquility and peace of a life well lived in accordance with divine guidance. This gentle extraction signifies the soul's readiness to meet its Creator, having fulfilled its earthly duties with faith and righteousness. Conversely, for those who led a life of wickedness and disbelief, this moment is fraught with excruciating agony. The extraction of the soul is compared to a thorny branch being dragged through wet wool, capturing the torment and resistance experienced by the soul clinging to its mortal vessel. This painful process underscores the gravity of a life spent in defiance of divine commands and moral principles. The agonizing departure serves as a harbinger of the impending trials and tribulations that await in the hereafter. The moment of death is not merely a physical cessation, but a metaphysical transition. It marks the end of earthly existence and the commencement of an eternal journey, moving from the temporal realm to the everlasting hereafter. This transition is accompanied by the unveiling of spiritual truths and realities that were previously unseen or ignored. The veil between the seen and the unseen worlds is lifted, revealing the ultimate truth of divine justice and mercy. In this sacred moment, the presence of angels is a testament to the divine orchestration of life and death. Their roles are not only to facilitate the departure of the soul, but also to bear witness to the individual's faith and deeds. The righteous are greeted with glad tidings of peace and mercy, while the wicked face the ominous signs of divine retribution. The significance of living a life rooted in faith, righteousness, and obedience to divine precepts is highlighted by an understanding of the moment of death within the context of Islam. It serves as a powerful reminder of the transient nature of worldly goals and the everlasting value of being spiritually prepared. This knowledge forces believers to live in constant awareness of the afterlife, making preparations for the unavoidable change from this world to the next. Once the soul departs from the body, it enters the enigmatic realm of Barzakh, a state of existence between the worldly life and the hereafter. This intermediate stage is vividly described in Surah al-Mu'minun, chapter 23, verse 99 to 100, until when death comes to one of them, he says, "My Lord, send me back that I might do righteousness in that which I left behind." No, it is only a word he is saying, and behind them is a barrier until the day they are resurrected. Barzakh serves as a barrier, an insurmountable divide that halts any return to worldly life and holds the soul until the day of resurrection. In this phase, two formidable angels, Munkar and Nakir, descend into the grave to interrogate the deceased. Their presence is both awe-inspiring and terrifying. They ask profound questions that cut to the core of one's faith. Who is your Lord? What is your religion? And who is your prophet? These questions are not mere formalities but crucial determinants of the soul's fate in Barzakh. For the righteous, the grave transforms into a serene sanctuary, a preview of the eternal bliss awaiting them. The grave expands, becoming illuminated with light, and the individual feels a sense of peace and security, as described in various hadiths. This comforting environment reflects the divine mercy bestowed upon those who lived their lives in accordance with Allah's commandments. They are shown their place in paradise, and the fragrance of Jannah fills their resting place, reinforcing the reward that awaits them. Conversely, for those who lived a life of disbelief and sin, the grave becomes a place of torment and constriction. The grave tightens around them, and they are exposed to the horrors that await them in hell. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, described these torments as severe, involving biting serpents and scorpions. The individual's responses to the angel's questions reveal their lack of faith and righteous deeds, resulting in a preview of the eternal punishment that awaits. Their grave is filled with darkness and terror, reflecting the consequences of their earthly actions. The concept of Barzakh underscores the significance of one's actions and beliefs during their lifetime. It serves as a powerful reminder that the grave is not merely a final resting place, but a transition into a state where one's deeds are laid bare and their true spiritual condition is revealed. The teachings of Islam emphasize the importance of preparing for this inevitable phase by leading a life rooted in faith, righteous deeds, and adherence to divine guidance. Knowing Barzakh in the context of Islam not only offers understanding of the hereafter, but also serves as a powerful inspiration to lead a virtuous and morally upright life. It is a phase that calls on all believers to pursue holiness, ask for pardon, and hold fast to their beliefs in order to make a smooth transition to the afterlife. As the world meets its final moments, Angel Israfil will blow the trumpet, reverberating through the universe and marking Day of Judgment. Surah Al-Hajj, chapter 22, verse 7 declares, "And indeed the hour is coming, there is no doubt about it, and Allah will resurrect those who are in the graves." This inevitable event signifies the beginning of the end. The earth will tremble, mountains will turn to dust, and the skies will tear open, as described in Surah Al-Zalzalah, chapter 99, verse 1-2, when the earth is shaken with its final earthquake and the earth discharges its burdens. Souls will rise from their graves, drawn to the final judgment, where no deed, big or small, will be hidden. Surah Yasin, chapter 36, verse 51 states, "And the horn will be blown, and at once from the graves to their Lord they will hasten. The scene will be awe-inspiring and solemn. The sun will darken, stars will scatter, and seas will boil, reflecting the magnitude of this day." Surah Al-Takwir, chapter 81, verse 1-3 illustrates this. "When the sun is wrapped up in darkness, and when the stars fall dispersing, and when the mountains are removed, every soul will receive their book of deeds." Surah Al-Kahf, chapter 18, verse 49 reveals, "And the record of deeds will be placed open, and you will see the criminals fearful of that within it, and they will say, 'Oh, woe to us! What is this book that leaves nothing small or great except that it has enumerated it?' The righteous receiving their records in their right hands will rejoice, while the wicked receiving theirs in their left hands will despair." The crossing of the Sirat, a bridge over hellfire thinner than a hair and sharper than a sword, will test every soul. The righteous will cross safely, while the sinful will fall, reflecting their deeds' consequences. The day of resurrection is a day of ultimate truth and divine justice. It underscores the importance of faith and righteous living, preparing every believer for the eternal hereafter. In the divine courtroom of Hisab, every soul stands before Allah, where deeds are meticulously weighed on the scales of justice. Surah Al-Zalzalah, chapter 99, verse 7-8 states, "So whoever does an atom's weight of good will see it, and whoever does an atom's weight of evil will see it." This moment captures ultimate accountability, where no deed is too small to escape notice. The righteous, receiving their records in their right hands, are filled with joy and relief, knowing they have secured their place in paradise. Surah Al-Haqqah, chapter 69, verse 19-21, describes their elation. "So as for he who is given his record in his right hand, he will say, 'Here, read my record. Indeed, I was certain that I would be meeting my account.' In contrast, the wicked receive their records in their left hands or behind their backs, signaling doom and divine displeasure. Their regret is palpable, as Surah Al-Haqqah, chapter 69, verse 25-27, reveals. But as for he who is given his record in his left hand, he will say, 'Oh, I wish I had not been given my record, and had not known what is my account.' Then above hellfire, each soul must pass the Sirat, a bridge that is sharper than a blade and thinner than a hair. The wicked plummet into the abyss below, while the pious, encouraged by their good deeds, make a safe passage to paradise. Hisab emphasizes how crucial it is to lead a devout and moral life. Since every deed has eternal repercussions, believers are compelled to pursue virtue and ask Allah for forgiveness. Based on each soul's earthly conduct, this divine judgment determines their eternal destiny, making it the ultimate equalizer. Finally, the soul reaches its eternal abode, Akhirah. Surah al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 82 gives us a glimpse. But they who believe and do righteous deeds, those are the companions of paradise. They will abide therein eternally. This verse highlights the ultimate reward for those who live by divine guidance. For the righteous, paradise is a realm of unimaginable joy and eternal bliss. Surah Muhammad, chapter 47, verse 15, describes it beautifully, is the description of paradise, which the righteous are promised, wherein are rivers of water unaltered, rivers of milk the taste of which never changes, rivers of wine delicious to those who drink, and rivers of purified honey. Here, believers enjoy perpetual peace, luxurious garments, and divine proximity, free from worldly woes. In stark contrast, hell is a place of severe and eternal torment for the wicked. Surah al-Mulk, chapter 67, verse 7 vividly depicts this. When they are thrown into it, they hear from it a dreadful inhaling while it boils up. The damned face blazing fires, boiling water, and scorching winds, constantly reminded of their sins and lost opportunities. The significance of leading a moral life and following divine guidance is emphasized at every turn of this journey from this life to the next. The main Islamic lessons of faith, virtuous deeds, and submission to Allah are emphasized via the dramatic changes and divine experiences. All things considered, Akhirah is a powerful example of the long-lasting effects of our deeds. It exhorts followers to pursue holiness and unwavering faith in order to secure a smooth journey to paradise and escape the agony of hell. In order to prepare for the everlasting hereafter, this ultimate reality urges us to live a life in accordance with divine will. If you found this video insightful, please like and share it with others who may benefit from this knowledge. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content on Islamic teachings and guidance. Thank you for watching.